Okay, so now we're ready for Tuesday. And because we have a tag again, which is just saying who's speaking, we're going to ignore this part of the sentence. I'm just going to cross it off. Because while it is part of the sentence, it's not important, essentially. So now, on Tuesday, when we get out our help pages, and we flip over here to Tuesday, we see the first thing we're looking for is the simple subject. It's the who or what does the verb. Most of you could not label a subject on your test, so pay attention to that. So I already have my verb. It was are seeing. So who are seeing into my heart? You. It's a very simple thing. As long as you can find the verb, you can find the subject. There was only one verb in the part that we didn't mark out, so that's the subject. There's no one else who are seeing into my heart. So now we go with our simple predicate. We've got to figure out the verb, which we already know. We labeled it. Are seeing is our verb. And it's either transitive or intransitive. It's done to something or it's not. You are seeing, are they seeing something in the sentence? No. So it's verb intransitive. And I'm just going to label the seeing because are is just helping it be a verb. So even though they are seeing into my heart, that's not what they are seeing. The seeing isn't being done to something. That's what makes it intransitive. We go on to prepositional phrases. If we had a preposition, we have a prepositional phrase. Remember, into was a preposition, so that has to begin it. Into what? My heart. So that's the end of the prepositional phrase. That is the object of the preposition. So I just did all of that. We only had one preposition, so we're done with that. We can look for a direct object follows an action verb. We did have an action verb. To find it, you say subject verb plus what? You are seeing what? It doesn't tell us, so we do not have a direct object. Indirect object has to come between the verb and the direct object, so you can't have one because if you didn't have a direct object. This follows a linking verb, so we didn't have one. Also follows a linking verb. And a positive is a noun or a pronoun that follows and renames another noun or pronoun, like my son Dave. Dave is my son. We don't have one like that. Since we don't have an appositive, we don't have an appositive phrase. Noun of a direct address is the person I'm being spoken to, like Mom, I'm hungry. You're seeing into my heart. We don't have, if we had said like Mrs. Price, you're seeing into my heart, Mrs. Price would be the direct noun of direct address, but we didn't, so we don't have one. Without an infinitive, we can't have an infinitive phrase. Without a gerund, we can't have a gerund phrase. We didn't find any of these on Monday. Same thing without a participle, we can't have a participle phrase. So we are down to the complete subject. It's the simple subject plus all its modifiers. So it's the simple subject, which is you, and everything that describes you, which is nothing. And then the complete predicate, which we underlined twice, is the verb plus all the words that describe the verb. So we already know that are seeing, so I'm going to underline the RE part to show that that's the R. Into my heart was where we are seeing, so that is modifying it, so it should be underlined twice. Oh, I forgot on the prep phrase, I need to tell what kind it is. It's an adverb prep phrase because it tells us where we are seeing. It's describing the verb, and it's answering a adverb question. And so Tuesday is finished.